Okay, welcome everybody. Okay, this is the Zoom familiarization session for CBS and DENT, and also for the new student. Okay, some house rule before we start, right? Try to mute your microphone. Okay, we don't want to hear your mom talking to you or the dog barking or some other noise, right? So try to mute your microphone, okay, throughout the session, unless you are requested to answer a question or you want to make comments, all right? Okay, and also if you have very poor network connection at your home right now, you can disable the video. That's more quiet. All right. Thank you for muting your microphone. Hello, Shirley. Hello, Mi Yi Chiu. Okay, you guys wait for a while we wait for some other student to join in. Hello, Elvin. Hello, Asus. All right. Who is this Asus? Hello, Mo Kai Shen. Okay. So we have 33 participants. Okay. One more, 34. All right. All right. So let us start this session. I'm going to keep this session short. So later on, your head of program and the head of academic, okay, will have something to say. All right. Okay, so like I mentioned before, this is the Zoom familiarization session for CBS and DENT, and also for new students. All right. Now, this session, I'm going to cover some of the basic functions, okay, of Zoom. Some of you never used Zoom before, all right? So this session will be useful for you. For those of you who are very familiar already, okay, so you can uh, later on maybe you can help out with some inquiries, all right? Okay, so I am Mr. Michael. All right, so I'll be hosting the session this afternoon. All right, so let us start. Okay, first of all, we need to tend to this COVID virus. Okay, because of this COVID virus, we can stay at home, and also we can come to this 21st century education. All right. So for many years, Malaysia haven't really picked up on this e-learning, okay, because of a lot of reasons. But because of this COVID virus, now we all cannot go out, right? So it's time for us to move into this e-learning, no matter what, right? So FAM has been doing very good job, all right, in creating this e-learning platform for the students to join classes, okay, without even have to come out, okay, from your house. All right, so we have this virtual classroom. We'll be using Zoom for all the virtual classroom, and then we also have this Moodle for all your course materials. So basically, you can attend the whole class using using the e-learning method, right? All right, so we are going to look at the Zoom. All right, some of you may ask why we use Zoom. Why not we use a Google Classroom, Blackboard, and other online teaching or virtual classroom? Okay, the reason is we want to standardize between the lecturers and between the students. All right, we want to use the same platform, and Zoom is really easy to use. Okay, so you can spend like 1 or 2 hours to learn Zoom, right? It's very easy. It's very convenient, right? Okay, so since you guys are already in here, that means you already install Zoom, all right? So I will quickly go through this part, all right? Quick guide, setup. All right, so you can install Zoom from zoom.us. Just in case some of your friends, your friends help you to log into this Zoom and you still don't know how to do it. So this is a brief instruction, right? So you just need to go to zoom.us, click sign in, and then you just create an account, or you can use your Google or Facebook account, all right? Then you need to install your Zoom desktop client for your PC. Okay, then you need webcam, headset, microphone. Okay, digitizer is optional. Okay, somebody is throwing. I keep forgetting to 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 block this. All right. Okay. Good. Some of you know how to use the annotation. All right. Clear. Twins. All right. Okay. All right. So for mobile phone or tablet, okay, you just need to install from your Google Play. All right. Okay. Next one. Now, just in case you didn't heard about this, there is a vulnerability in Zoom software. All right. So if you have Zoom installed uh, before yesterday, you need to update your Zoom. Okay, your Zoom client. All right. So if you install yesterday or today, then you'll be okay. Then you'll be having the latest edition. Now, why the upgrade? Okay, it is because there is it's possible for the hacker to hack into your Zoom, okay, through the email link. All right, so we are going to look in detail later on, okay, on this one. All right. Just to remind you, if you have installed Zoom before yesterday, you have to update, right? All right, now to attend class and discussion or meeting, okay? Now, when by now you should have your Moodle set up already, and you already have access to all the classes, right? So you just need to assess your course. All right. So for example, you are taking intro to marketing. All right. So you just need to click. You just need to access your Moodle. Okay. Go into intro to marketing, and then you just need to look for this meeting ID and password. Okay. All your lecturer will create this for you, okay, will be created, okay, for you. Now, so you just need to use this meeting ID and password for the whole semester for this particular subject. All right, so that means this ID and password is for intro to marketing, for example, all right, for example. So you will be using the same ID and password for the whole semester to access intro to marketing virtual classroom. Okay, so one course, one meeting ID, one password. right? So you don't have to remember different password all the time. All right. So for another course, you have to go in there, look for that particular subject meeting ID and password. Right. Okay. So when you get your meeting ID and password, okay, you need to join a meeting. Okay. As a reminder, your lecturer will not email any invitation link or the meeting ID to you. Okay, you will not receive any email on the meeting ID. Okay, you need to access your meeting ID and the password from your Moodle. Okay, from your e-learning. Okay, so don't ask your lecturer to email you the Zoom the meeting ID. Okay. All right. So just in case when you download or when you want to access the Zoom meeting, okay, you might get this notification to ask you to install a save file and install. Right? Just go ahead, all right, and do it. Okay. Few more students coming in. Okay. All right. Now, when you get to this page, it asks you to join the meeting. All right, so you just need to enter the meeting ID that that is shown on the Moodle page. Now, the second part, okay, your name. All right, you must use your actual name, okay, to log in to this. Okay, you must use your actual name. Now, why? Okay, like just now, who this student called Asus. Okay, I really don't know who you are. All right, and Asus doesn't appear on your attendance list. So how am I going to know? Okay, who you really are? All right, so you must use your real name. Okay, to join in. Okay, as stated in your IC or passport. All right, so the next two option, do not connect audio.
刚刚还是 mute 我欸，还是 mute 我，但是我们住这里。
Somebody is not mute. All right, mute yourself, guys. All right. So you just if your internet connection is really bad, then you disable the audio, the video. All right. Okay, but you still need to pay attention to the screen, okay, and the audio during the class. Okay. Undo. Okay, right. All right. So once you log in, you are going to see this page, which you guys can see, okay, on when you log in. Okay. So as a reminder, it is your responsibility to find good and stable internet connection. That means if your house internet is no good, then you have to use your mobile connection. Okay, connect to the virtual classroom. Okay, so if you are experiencing poor internet the poor quality video, okay, then you can turn off the video, but you must turn on the audio and the screen, right? So you can see the PowerPoint or the whiteboard, right? Mute your microphone during class unless you want to ask a question or you are required to participate in the session. Okay, other than that, you try to mute your microphone, okay? And also pay attention during the class as your lecturer may conduct ad hoc quizzes during the live section, okay? So don't have the assumption that, oh, this is a virtual class, the lecturer cannot see me, all right? So I can turn on the video and then I go back to sleep, okay? You can't, all right? So the teacher may ask you questions. Okay, we'll pick on one of the students and ask them to answer questions. Right, so you need to be attentive during the whole session. Right. Okay. Next one, we are going to look at some of the basic functions, okay, if you don't know, right? So the first icon here, okay, is the mute. Okay, this is for you to mute your audio, okay, just like by clicking on it. All right, the second one is to stop your audio. That means you don't want to show your face, all right? You can stop the audio. Okay, invite, okay, you can look at the participant list, okay, you can share screen, or you can chat, right? Or you can record the session. To record the session, you need to get the host permission to record, right? But for the virtual classroom, your lecturer will record all session, right? And then your lecturer will post the video on the Moodle. Okay, so you can always come back to access the class, the video. Okay. Okay, all right, next screen. All right, so under the participants, okay, you can change your screen name, okay, if you want to. The other way is you just, okay, you go into your participant list, click on your name, and then click on more, M-O-R-E. Click on more, then you can change, you can rename, okay, your screen name. Okay, make sure that your screen name is following your IC. Okay, and you also can raise hand, clap, and do other non-verbal feedback icon, right? Okay, next one is a share screen, the chat, the record, okay, and to leave the meeting. All right, this is your chat screen. So during the whole session, you can chat with other students, or you can privately chat, okay, with your lecturer. If you feel like you don't want to talk to your lecturer, you just want to ask a question, okay, you can use the chat function, right? Okay, next one. Okay, any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay, got more students coming in. All right. Okay, next part is not joining. Okay, the next part is, what if you need to conduct a session? Let's say your lecturer require you to do a presentation, or your lecturer asks you to do a group discussion. Okay, or you want to discuss with your classmate or with your team member about your assignment, right? Then you need to conduct a class. Okay, to conduct a class, you need a host. That means a person in your group or somebody need to initiate the meeting. Okay, so the person who first started creating the meeting is called the host. So you need to go to your Zoom desktop client, and then you need to click on new meeting, right? This button. Okay, when you click on the new meeting, you are going to get the username and the meeting ID and the password, right? Then you will share the password to your team member. Okay, so this is what you are going to get. So when you click on this small icon, okay, which I show with the red arrow, right? You are going to see the meeting ID, the host, okay, the password, the invitation link, all right? So you just need to copy the URL, or you just need to copy the meeting ID with the password and send it to your friend. Okay, you can WhatsApp them, you can WeChat to them. Now, make sure you don't send the invitation link using email. Okay, you must remember this. Who is talking? All right, so we move on. All right, now when you become the host, you can actually use different types of delivery mode, right? So you can share your screen, you can share your PowerPoint, you can share your browser, you can share your whiteboard. Okay, so for this session, I'm going to show you the whiteboard and the PowerPoint only, right? Because we don't have much time. All right. Okay. Now, how to use the whiteboard? First, you click on the share screen. and then you select whiteboard. Okay, for those of you who have tablet or you are using this handphone, so you have a touch screen, right? So if you have a touch screen, then it'll be very easy for you to write, to draw, okay, using the whiteboard. But for me, because just now I'm using the keyboard, right? So the drawing will not be very pretty, right? So for example, right? So it's very hard for me to write, okay, unless you have a tablet, you have a touch screen, then it will be easy for you, right? Okay, so this is a whiteboard. Okay, so inside the whiteboard you have a annotation tools, right? So you can use the annotation tools to help you with the different colors, different the size, and you can undo and redo, okay, the all your writings, and then at the end you can even save, okay, all your writings. Okay, so this is for the whiteboard. Now the second one is for the PowerPoint. Okay, you can put the PowerPoint like what I did right now, okay, to do my presentation. Okay, so I'm going to show you a very easy way to do PowerPoint presentation using Zoom. Okay, first you need to set your PowerPoint to single monitor setup. All right, so open up your PowerPoint files that you want to present. Then you go up to your PowerPoint and you select set up slideshow, okay? And you just click on the icon that is shown here. Okay, then when you go into the setup show dialog box, okay, choose the second option, browse by an individual in a window, right? Use this function. So once you are done, you click OK, right? Now after this, then you just set your PowerPoint to the slideshow. Okay, when you present it in the slideshow, you are going to get something like this, all right? You are going to get a window PowerPoint, right? So it's not going to be in a full screen. Okay, the good thing about this is that you can move this window, this PowerPoint to left, to right, up and down, all right? Up to you. Okay, so you have you have freedom to do other things on your screen. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, next. Wait. Okay, so once you have your window, your PowerPoint in the window, then you just need to click the share screen. Okay, and then you are going to get everybody accessing to your Zoom can see the PowerPoint. All right. What else? Okay. All right. Zoom limitation. Okay, if you are installing the Zoom basic version, you are going to get a maximum of 100 participants at one time and 40 minutes limit. Okay, so what happened in the virtual classroom? Let's say your class is from 9 to 12, all right? So after 40 minutes, the session might end, all right? So your lecturer may might tell you, all right, so now the 40 minutes is up. Please come back in another 10 minutes for the next session, right? So basically, if your class is from 9 to 12, basically you are going to have 3 sessions of 40 minutes. Okay, so you just need to follow your lecturer instruction, okay, when to join back, okay, into the meeting. Now, just in case during this 40 minutes, within this 40 minutes, you got disconnected because of, let's say, bad internet connection, right? So what you do is you just need to click on the join meeting and key in the same meeting ID. Okay, or you just need to click on the invitation URL, okay, to join back in. Okay, It's, some more student. All right. Okay, attendance. Just now I said that for your attendance, you need to use your real name, okay, as per your IC or your passport, okay, because the lecturer will mark your attendance based on the participant list, right? So if you say Asus, you say Pikachu, your lecturer will not know who you are, okay? So she or he may mark you absent, all right? So remember this. All right, so my last slide. Okay, so other than your parents, best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend's contact, right? You need to store these two number in your contact list also. Okay, the first one is Mr. Chai. Okay, Mr. Chai is our IT support personnel. All right, so anything you have question about this Zoom or Moodle, okay, you can call him. Right, you can WhatsApp him, or if you cannot find him, you can also look for me, all right, through WhatsApp. Okay, so any question before I pass the time to Mr. Owen and also the HOP? Okay, no question?
Okay. Any more questions, student? Okay, if not, maybe I will just take about a few minutes, couple of minutes to update all students. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So later on, I'll pass the session to the respective HOP as well. So first and foremost, on behalf of FAM management, right, we would like to welcome all the students, right, certificate in business studies as well as diploma in entrepreneurship. Welcome back to April 2020 sessions. And we would like to remind all students also to stay safe at home, perform your hygienes, right? And of course, take a good health, right? So that you can proceed on with these coming semesters. Now, if you have any issues related to your studies, do communicate with us. During this MCO period, of course, it will be more appropriate using email or maybe in WhatsApp formats, or you can call us as well. When the situation becomes settled or stable, then you can meet us in face to face, right? So I just want to update all of you regarding the HOP in charge, right, for the upcoming semesters, right? This certificate in business studies students, just for your informations, with effect from April 2020 sessions onwards, Miss Lim will be your head of program. All right, so Miss Lim will be your head of programs. So please give your full cooperations to Miss Lim. All right, please give your full cooperation to Miss Lim. Of course, if you have any question you want to ask Miss Hina as your former head of programs, you may do so. But I would encourage all formal communications. Please feedback to your respective head of program, which is Miss Lim. So far, any questions? No? Okay, the second thing is regarding this Zoom for online teaching and learning, right? So all students, I believe you have your Zoom ID, right? So that you can log in, regardless whether you're using desktop, laptop, or even your mobile devices, right? So please pay attention closely to the Moodle, right? So as per uh, informations that I obtained from the head of programs. So all students, all returning students, in fact, you can check your timetable as well as the subject enroll, right, for these April sessions via Moodle. So please log into the Moodle, check the subject enroll, make sure it's a correct subject for you for these April sessions, and check your Zoom ID and the password before the semester commence, which is on the 6th of April, right? So in this regards, just a reminder, our lecturers will not share the Zoom ID or the password or even the Zoom link using email. So everything will be in Moodle for the security reasons, right? So if any students, when you check your Moodle, and then you notice that there's no subject enrolled for you for this April session, or maybe the subject lecturers did not update your Zoom ID and the password, right? In your Moodle, please feedback your head of program, right? So for the diploma in entrepreneurships, please feedback to Miss Liu. For certificate in business studies, please feedback to Miss Lim, right? Accordingly, yeah. Now, the third thing I would like to inform all of you is regarding the changes of the assessment format, right? For the certificate students, based on the current practice, we have 70% coursework and 30% final. For the diploma in entrepreneurship students, you have 50% coursework and 50% final, right? So with the current situations, right, the COVID-19 pandemics, and due to the MCO extension periods, so FAM had a review, right? FAM had reviewed the assessment format for this upcoming semester, April 2020 sessions. All subjects, right? All subjects, you will have 70% coursework, 30% final exams, right? Final examinations. So 70% coursework will be broken down into 30% individual assignment and 40% group assignment. And for those subjects required calculation, right, such as business maths and statistics, so it will be 80% coursework and 20% final examinations. So for business maths and uh, statistics, so from the 80%, so we have 40% group assignments, and another 40% it will be divided into 4 tutorial exercises individual, right? 4 tutorial exercises, which is individual components. So I just want to remind all of you again, FAM had reviewed the assessment format, 70% coursework, 30% final for all the theory paper, including accounts, finance, and economic subjects, related subjects. Whereas for the, including English as well, whereas for the business maths and statistic will be 80% coursework, 20% final examinations, right? And another reminder to all the students, right? Make sure you use your actual name, right, in your attendance. I mean, when you log into the Zoom. So make sure that you use your actual name as per IC or your passport, because our subject lecturers will use it to record down your attendance right inside the Zoom. Right. So if any one of you did not use your actual name, right, or use your nicknames, so attendance will not be recorded. So I believe if you refer to our FAM policies, if any students did not fulfill the 80% attendance policies, so he or she will be barred from the final examinations. Right, so I hope everyone will take note on this. And although this is a Zoom online learning, right? So the subject lecturers may pose questions, may ask you to do some online quizzes, tutorial questions, and etc. So therefore, please remain active, remain engaged, right? Remain have active participations in all the Zoom online discussions, right? So I think that's very important because you can't see your subject lecturers physically, but through Zooms, I think there is a very good tools whereby you can post questions in the chat options, chat tools, or you can ask questions directly, right, during these online sessions, right? So back to the point number 3 just now, changes of the assessment formats. Um, some student may ask, okay, what if I already passed my coursework? Because now the coursework is 70% and final exam is 30%. So you may pose a question, what if I already passed my coursework above 40%? Can I opt not to sit for the final exam? The answer is no. You still need to sit for the final exam. It's compulsory. So if any student did not sit for the final exam, although your coursework is already accumulated marks above 40%, we will still award you fail grades, F grade, right? Please take note of this. And then the last reminder or last announcement I would like to brief all students is some of you may ask the question, what will happen uh, after MCO, right? Movement control orders. So if the MCO, there's no extension of the MCO on the 15th of April, meaning to say it's a normal operation, FAM will still take in another 1 week, addition 1 week, so that everyone can settle down, right, before we start the physical class. So which means if the MCO end on the 14th of April, FAM will only start the operation on the 22nd of April. So you may check our Moodle, you may check our CMS, right, for further announcement. So recently, Mr. Chai did post an announcement, right? If the MCO end on the 14th, our normal class, physical class will start on the 22nd of April 2020. So what happened after, what happened if the situation whereby the MCO is extended until further notice, right? So we meaning to say if it dragged until July or August, in this case, we will prepare all the students. The final exam will be conducted online as well, right? So in which mean we will use the Moodle, we'll use Moodle as the online assessment tools. So we will update all students on this later dates. Right, so if you have any questions, please you can ask in this Zoom session, or you can ask in the chat session, right, in the chat group. So actually, when I check the participation list here, I do notice that some of you using iPhone, right, we can't recognize who is iPhone. And I also noticed that our PM is joining the session as well. So next week, right, the actual session, please rename, right, your profile. Please rename it so that we know who you are, right? We need your cooperation on this.
Hello, PM. Hello, Muhyiddin, Yasin.
Yeah, the PM is responding, right?
Who is the PM?
We have to ask
PM, who are you, PM?
Okay, guys, while we are waiting for more participants to come in, try to change your participant, try to change your screen name, okay? Just to prepare you guys for next week class.
Yasin, Muhyiddin, Yasin, ni hao.
Jared, don't disturb the session, yeah?
Sorry lah. Boring what?
Nansen.
Anybody want to on video? Boring way.
Okay, Miss Sina, you can continue with your session.
But the participant is only 38.
That's
Shall
not
we
how
just
many.
continue?
That's how many.
Just now, around 50.
Oh, 50, okay.
Yeah. Maybe wait another 1 or 2 minutes.
Can.
Just now 55. I got 50.
Maybe 1 minute. So I'll wait for 1 minute.
对，这个是他们听到我讲话。
Yeah, we can hear you. So
没有，就没可能哦。对呀。
May I know who is SIPD?
你这样的提示我就是听得到了，你说嘛？你看，没青色的就是。
Hello, who is SIP002?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Please type. Can I? Michael, can I?
Can.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Michael. Okay, I think I will just continue the session without wasting time to wait others to come in. Okay, so for the first thing that I want to emphasize here is please use your actual name or your real name when you enter the Zoom session. Or to be easy, you have to create an account with Zoom. Okay, and then please use your actual name so that we can recognize you in the online class later. Okay, for example, there is one participant using SIP002, so I'm not sure who is this. So basically, I cannot mark the attendance. Okay, so in this case, you will award absent for your attendance, right? Is that clear? Okay, and another thing is, I need you to check your e-learning. Okay, please check your e-learning and make sure all the subject and role you can access in e-learning. Okay, make sure you can access all the subject in e-learning. For example, if you are taking Malaysian study, so please make sure you can access Malaysian study in e-learning and as well other subject, right? Why is it important? Okay, because you are going to get your teaching materials from e-learning as well as the meeting ID and the password for your class, for your online class in e-learning as well. Okay, so have you checked your e-learning?
Mailbar.
After this, please make sure you check your e-learning. Yeah, and then there is one question: do we have to turn on the video call every class? If you think that your internet is very stable, yes, you can do so. Okay, but if you are worried that your internet is not stable, okay, you may choose to use voice. Okay, but I will advise you to turn on your video, okay, so that you can engage in the class. So is there any question? Michael, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You know,
Yeah.
so I think that's all from me. Okay, before that, CBS student, okay, just for your information, so effective April, I mean, if effective your upcoming semester, April 2020, I'm no longer the head of program, HOP for CBS. Okay, so the head of program for CBS will be Miss Lim. So if you have anything, you can try to approach Miss Lim. Yeah. Okay, but at the same time, if you think that it's not comfortable, you can try to talk to me first. Okay, but at the end, I still will get you to meet Miss Lim. Yeah. I think that's all from me. What about Miss Liu? Do you have anything you want to share?
Just need to make sure every student, for my DENT student, I have outlawed the subject allocation list. So you make sure according to the list and you download the timetable, the correct timetable based on your intake, and make sure the subject is correct, okay? And another thing is you have to make sure in the e-learning you can access all the subject that allocate to you. Okay, this is another thing because all the meeting ID, so you can only access if you can only get the meeting ID if you are able to access to the that particular subject in the e-learning. Okay, that is important. And another things we keep on highlight here, remember to change your name. So according to your IC or according to our name list. Okay, so if the lectures mark you are absent, okay, so don't give me any excuses. You are attending the Zoom and you show me the list that whereby there is not your name. So we don't accept all these excuses. So you have to make sure you amend your name in the Zoom. So to take note, the class will be starting next week. The class will be starting next week. So you have to make sure you go into the Zoom meeting according to the timetable, right? Accordingly to your timetable, and make sure you participate in the Zoom meetings. Okay, give some support to your lecturers. So I think all the students able to access me. You have either my number or you have either my Facebook. If you have anything, you can just approach me. Okay. So if you have any question, you can just approach me. So far, any questions from the student?
No.
No, so far so good. So just keep in mind, because we are not able to have face-to-face meeting. So if you have anything, you can just approach me through my Facebook or through my number. So I believe some of the students, you already have my number. Okay, if anything, you can just approach me.
Okay.
So if no questions, so I will
Okay.
pass back to Michael.
Okay, there's a question here. It say, Madeline, you need to know how to access your the video, right? You go to the bottom bar there. You are going to see
Yo,
a start
Michael.
video. Okay, you're going to see a start video. You just click on that one, okay, to start your video call, all right? Okay, anyone else got question?
Michael, can you help me to answer the student? Whereby the student asking about the Go My Campus scanner. What is that?
Oh, my campus scanner. I also don't know. What is that?
What is the
I
question,
also
Liu?
don't know. No,
So
in
what
the
is the
chat.
actual question?
I
In
think
the
the
chat?
student asked you privately, is it?
Maybe it's a private message. I didn't receive it.
So
Yes, same
the
here.
Go My Campus scanner is for the student. Then I need to use portal for my attendant. I don't think so, right?
Okay, it's like
not.
this. Okay, it's like this. All students, please take note. Zoom is for online teaching, right? So every sessions before the class start, please stand by for 5 to 10 minutes earlier. So mainly for teaching purposes. Whereas Moodle is a supporting tools for the lecturers to upload all the teaching materials. You can download, you can submit your assignment, and etc. CMS or Go My Campus is a tools to check your result, to check your attendance. So there's a 3 different tools in this case. Right, so I hope it is clear to everyone.
Okay, to answer your question, Alex, I think that Go My Campus, the one that you can use to scan is only for your personal profile. So to your student portal, it's not related to this Zoom. The attendance for your class will be taken based on your participation in the Zoom meeting. Because from the Zoom meeting, we can see who are the participants. So we identify from the list. It's not from the scanner.
Okay, so I just want to add on few more things here. If you refer to the chat message here, the student asks, do we have to turn on the video call every class, right? So if your internet connection is working properly, perfectly stable, yes, you can turn on so that the subject lecturers can see your participation, your reactions. I think this is very important as well. Especially if the subject lecturers ask the questions directly to that particular student. That's number one. The second scenario is you need to turn on your video call if there's a presentations required. Remember, all the assignments, we have certain percentage on the presentation. So that is a must for you to join, for you to turn on the video calls during that particular sessions. But in the event that if the connection is not stable, right, poor connections, of course, you can turn off, right? But make sure you your or you mute your audio as well when the session end, or maybe the subject lecturers throw you a questions, then you can unmute that particular audio so that you can respond to your lecturers, right? Another student asking when will we get our exam results. So we will follow the current practice. Usually when the semester starts, the second or the third weeks, the students will be able to receive your official result. You can check in your CMS, campus management system. So when you once the official result being released, you log into the system, then you can access and print out that particular statements. Yep, that's all from me.